Students, Happy New Year. So welcome to the first session of the new year. That is the Schoolboy. Okay, written by William Blakes. So ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಬರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಂತಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. I hope so all are writing. So now let us start with the Schoolboy. We have already recalled our memories, that is the last week, about the school. When we are in the school, we scold the school, and once when the school is over and when we enter into the college, we start missing the school. That is what happens. Yes or no? Yes, students? Yes or no? Yeah. So here, anyway, very soon your colleges will also start, so that we can see all the colorful faces very soon. Hope the government starts PU1 also very soon, as it has started PU2. Yeah. So let us start with the Schoolboy. It's a story of a schoolboy which has been written by William Blake. So go to page number 13. William Blake, born on 1757, and his life ended at the year of 1827. He was a poet and a painter and was born in Soho, the son of a hosiery. He had little formal education but was apprenticed to James Besser, an eminent engraver, and then sent to the Royal Academy. His finest work as an artist is the series Inventions to the Book of Jobs. His collections of poetry includes Poetical Sketches in 1783, Songs of Innocence in the year 1789, Marriage of Heaven and Hell in the year 1790, and Songs of Experience in the year 1794. The Schoolboy is a lyric from the Song of Experience. So here he is talking about the schoolboy. He has taken it from his own experience. Okay, and he is distinguishing here the education that we get is the formal education that you are getting, and the informal education which he says we can learn too much in that. So lyrics is a meaning. He taken out some points from a big poem and made it a big song and made it a small poem, is known as a lyrics. So he has created this lyrics and he is talking about the schoolboy. It may not be here because in summer we don't have schools here. We have holidays. You all enjoy your April and May. But out of India, April and May schools run. They don't have holidays there. Their summer holiday is after June and July. So they don't have holidays at that time. So this is a poem not from India, because you all enjoy your summer holidays. This is a poem out of India. See, recall your school days. What memories do you have of them? Share your experience with others. So if you sit recalling your school days, there are so many things. The mischief things, the lagoris what you have played, the badmintons what you have played, the march past, teasing someone, keeping names for teachers, so many things. Now also you all keep names for us also, lecturers also. It is secondary, but keeping names for teachers, calling teachers by some name. Okay. No, you don't want to respect the teacher, but too you have to respect the teacher when you are in a school. Yeah, it's somewhat like a jail for you at that time. But once when the school is over at 4, you jump to go back to home. Yes, na? Yes or no? Yeah. So now let us go to the schoolboy. I love to rise in a summer morn. So here the schoolboy is saying he loves to rise in the summer morn. Summer morning, he really loves to rise early in the morning. Okay, when the birds sing on every tree. So the birds are singing on each and every tree. But he doesn't want to get up early if he wants to go to school. He doesn't want to get up early. He wants to get up early if there is an holiday. I love to rise in a summer morn when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntman winds his horn. So, summer morn, early morning, why he wants to get up is, see all the birds, when it is summer, you can see in the daytime after 9 or 10, we never see even one bird flying because of heat. They go and shelter themselves. Okay. So early morning, the birds come and sit on each and every tree. And how is the sound of them? The chirping sound. Like ching 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 ching. We get that sound, and it really, we love to enjoy that sound. Yeah. So he's saying, so only I love to get up early in the morning. The distant huntman winds his horn. The distant huntman. What happens is, each and every hunters are staying at each and every places. So one person takes the horn and blows it to give the signal to the other person by saying that I am going for hunting, even you get ready for hunting. So he loves that sound. He loves that sound to hear. The distant huntman winds his horn and the skylark sings with me, and is saying the birds, the small birds, that is known as the skylark, it sings with me. Oh, what a sweet company. So he's saying, singing with the birds, I really love to sing with the birds because I love their company. What a sweet company. So once more I will say this para. I love to rise in a summer morn when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntman winds his horn and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what a sweet company. So the boy is saying, when the bird is singing, even I am singing. So when I am singing, what a sweet company. I have a very good company, and that is the bird. Okay. But go to school on a summer morn. Oh, it drives all joy away. So now, summer morning, he is liking to get up, to hear the bird sing, to hear the huntman. But on the summer day, to go to school chases away all his joy. Okay. So what happens if there is no school? What you all will do? You will get up so soon, you know. Yeah, that day you will get up very soon. You will get up in the early in the morning. And if school is there or college is there, and mom is telling, get up, it is 8 o'clock, 9 you have college, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. You will be saying only 5 minutes only, you will never get up. Yeah. So that's what. But go to school on a summer morn. Oh, it drives all joy away under a cruel eye outworn. So, under a very cruel eye outworn. Who is this cruel eye? Can you tell me? Who is this cruel eye? In the school, who is the cruel eye for you all? Yes. Who is the cruel eye? I'm not getting answer. Online students sleeping. Who is the cruel eye? The teacher, that is the headmaster. It is the teacher who is the cruel eye. You are under a cruel eye. So see, when you go from home, you cry to go to the school when you are very small. And once you go to the school, how much ever you are crying, you see the teacher and you keep quiet. Yeah. So she is a villain to you all there. Your teacher is your villain to you there. So under a cruel eye, the little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay, in tiredness and boring. The little child spends the day. Then at time I drooping sit, and sometimes he bends behind any of the child who is sitting front and sits droopingly. He doesn't want that the teacher should see him. So he hides himself behind and he sits and spend many an anxious hours. So see, early morning you go to school, that is at 8:39, and up to 4 you are sitting there. So how many hours you are spending? More than 7 to 8 hours you are spending in the school. So you are sending all the anxious hours thinking when I will go out from the school, when I will play something, when I'll play with the mobile, when I'll play video game, when I'll see television, when I'll see serials. This all things will be going on. Okay, continuously you're sitting in the class. That's only for the namesake. Your brain is somewhere else and spends many of the anxious hours. Anxious hours is many of the fearful hours. Okay, you are afraid of the teacher by thinking, if I see here, will the teacher beat me? If I talk with someone, will the teacher beat me? So this all fear will be there. Ma'am has given some sum. If I make it wrong, will the teacher beat me? So you are spending many of the time with the fear. Nor in my books can I take delight. So he is saying, I cannot take delight even in my books. I cannot take happiness even in my books. I am catching the books, but I cannot be happy by catching the books because I am afraid that what the teacher may say. Nor sit in learning hours, nor I can sit in the classroom, sitting and learning, always learning. On through with the dairy showers. So what is dairy showers? The tough subjects. Teacher is going on telling. I don't know what she is saying. There are more than 10 subjects. She is going on shouting and shouting and shouting. I am sitting quietly because I cannot understand anything. I am interested in the rain, the birds, the huntman, the games. So I am not interested in anything. But teacher is going on telling subjects after subjects. Okay. How can the bird? So now the child is asking the question. Okay, I am a small child. See, I am a small child, and at this age, they have made me to come to school, and I am sitting under an evil eye. That is the teacher who is always scolding, and beating. Okay, and I am very much afraid that what will happen to me. Nor I am interested in my subjects, nor I am interested in anything, nor I am interested in my books. I am not finding any happiness in any of the things. So he is thinking about the bird now. What happens to the bird? Where is the bird? It is in the cage. So bird is in the cage. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? So he is telling for himself. What is the bird? Bird always flies. Yes, it's happy when it is flying. So he is saying, how can a bird who is so free, who is so enjoyable, sit in a cage and sing? So he is saying, even I am a bird. Even I want to fly. How can I sit in a school and sing? How can I sit in a school and enjoy it? So, how can a child, when fear annoys? So, that is fear hurts him. So, he is saying, when a bird cannot sit in a cage and sing, how can a child like me, so small, sit in a class and sing? Sit in a class without fear in the heart. Even the bird is having fear when it is in the cage, thinking what the man will do for me. Same thing the child is saying. How can I sit in a class with the fear but droop his tender wings? So what does the bird does? It droops. Means the bird puts down its feather and sleeps because it cannot do anything. So he is saying even my wings are very tender, very small. It means my age is very small. I should not be sent so soon to formal education. I should enjoy the climate. I should enjoy everything. What is happening now? The parents are working, both the parents. So what we do for the children? We go and put them in some of the play schools. It is the child will not even be 18 months. It's in the school. So he is saying, I have not even grown. My feathers have not even come out to fly. And you have gone and put me in the cage in the name of the school. Okay. But droops his tender wings and forgets his youthful spring. And you have made me to forget all my youthful spring. Okay. So now the poet is requesting the parents not to put the child so soon to school. Okay. Oh, father and mother, if buds are nipped. So he's saying, oh father and mother, oh parents, just think what happens. Now you have a bud here. Okay. It's a small, just a bud. I'm not good in drawing. Okay. It's just a bud in a plant. If I pluck this bud, what will happen to the bud? Will it be converted into flower? Yeah, students, if I pluck this bud this way, will this bud be converted into flower? No, it will not be converted into flower. But if the bud has left some of the leaves, and if I pluck this and put it in water, what will happen? What will happen? Can it be converted into flower? Yes or no? Yes, it will be converted into flower. So he is saying, oh parents, it's just a bud. Don't just pluck it. It's just a small bud. If buds are nipped and blossom blown away, can the bud be converted into flower? You are blowing away the blossom. The child is too small. Don't put it in the school so early. Okay. The flower, the bud cannot be converted into flower. And if a tender plant are stripped, what is tender plant are stripped? Can you tell me? What is tender plant are stripped? Now, example, this is the pot. Okay. This is a very small plant. Just I have planted this plant. Just I have planted this plant. This is a very small plant. And what I will do is, before it grows, I will remove off all these twigs and everything. And I will just leave one stem like this. What will happen? What will happen? Anybody waiting? What will happen? Will the plant grow? Will the plant grow? What will happen? It's dead. It's dead. We are not allowing the plant to grow. We are not allowing the plant to set. We are not allowing the plant to set with the environment. That is what I am saying. The plant should set with the mud. The plant should set with the environment. The plant should set with itself with the climate. Before that only we are killing. That's what here the poet is saying. The child is just a bird. It doesn't know anything. It doesn't know what is life. Allow the child to know the environment. Allow the child to know how the environment is and allow it to grow. What are you doing? You are just allowing it to die. Okay. So that is what he is saying. Oh father and mother, if buds are nipped and bosom blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springy day by sorrow and care, dismay, feeling of fear and discouragement. Okay. How shall the summer arise in joy? So he is asking, how shall the summer arise in joy? That is, how shall my tough times arise in happiness? How shall my tough times arise in happiness? This is a tough time for the child because it is small. We have taken the child, put him in the school under an evil eye, that is teacher like us, who beats you all, who scolds you all, okay, who doesn't even love you all as your parents love. So you all are made far away from the parent love. You have been sent that way, that side. So he's saying, during this tough year, ask, how can I enjoy this summer? How can I enjoy? How shall the summer arise in joy? How can I get up in happiness? I have to go to school. Is my sadness? How shall I? Or the summer fruits appear. Which are the summer fruits? Can anyone tell me? Which is the summer fruit? Huh? Mango. Yes, very good. Mango and just big baritarno. Yes, yes, very good. So How can I eat the summer fruit? How can I enjoy the summer fruit? If it is in a tree, I have to go and rob it. I have to pluck it. I have to enjoy it. I can eat it. But I have to go to school even in the summer. How can I enjoy that summer fruit? Or how shall we gather what griefs destroy? So, how shall I gather the happiness? Because this grief, that is, it is destroying my happiness and bringing only sorrow in my life. Only sorrow in my life. Or bless the mellowing year when the blast of winter appears. So he is saying, okay, once when the summer goes, what will happen? Winter will come, and when winter come, will you enjoy anything? Everything is cold, cold. Your skins are like the old man and old woman. You can see now, how are your skins? All dry, dry. You take Vaseline and you'll put, my hand is rough, my hand here it is cut, there it is cut, you'll say. Yes, so he is saying, so beautiful year, that is the summer month, is going to go, and winter is going to blast out. So what am I going to do with this? Okay, so this is what is the poem of a small schoolboy. So here William Blake says that yes, formal education and informal education, both are really important. We are not saying no, but the child really needs first to learn the informal education. It has to set with the informal education. So you can see now, if any of a small child goes to school, and when he comes, you tell him, come, let's play with the sand, and you all have played with the sand, you all have enjoyed the sand play. But the recent child, if you call and if you say, come, let's play with the child will say, no, 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 she dirty, I'm not going to play, my hands will become dirty, ma'am said not to play. So we have treated everything by saying that it's infectious. Okay, you have played with the mud, you have come directly taken one laddu and eaten also. Yeah, this all things you have done, and everyone said dirty, you will say that is so tasty. Huh? So mud goes, food goes, everything goes inside. But the now child has become so hygienic due to this corona. Again, little sanitizer, wherever it goes, it will be wearing sanitizer. You may see the big people, or we or you will not be wearing mask, but a small child will always be in a mask, because we are feeded by saying ki it's corona, everyone is having corona, don't shake hands, don't take anything, don't talk with anybody. So child is been feeded by us by saying ki do this all thing. So many things. So he is saying, let the child first learn the informal thing, let the child be set with the climate first, let the child come to know which are the games that the child can play. You all have played marbles, you all have played lagoris. Okay, so many kabaddi. Now, will you see any of the child playing lagori there? No, we will never see. The child will be only with the mobile. They will play. Either he will be moving or the mobile will be moving. Okay, so only these things is what you all are doing. So here he is saying, first allow the child to know the environment, understand what is informal life, and then it has to learn discipline, because schooling hakade now discipline kalilikoskara. So let it learn discipline also, but after learning the informal thing, put the child in the school, it will learn discipline under the strict eye, that is the evil eye like us for you, and he will also learn many of the things. So if both the education is there with us, surely the child will learn many things. Okay, so this is, stop the recording, this is the poem The School Boy. Okay, so students,